Hi, my friends. Today I want to present you a new story. Enjoy watching it.
I wasn't snooping. I was looking for batteries. The drawer in the hallway cupboard had always been where Dad kept random things: rubber bands, expired coupons, leaking pens. But this time, nestled between a cracked flashlight and an old glasses case, was a thick envelope marked Weil Final. My fingers paused. My heartbeat didn't. I wish I could say I hesitated, that I put it back out of respect, but I didn't. I took it to my room and locked the door. The pages were clinical, typed in cold legalese, sprinkled with signatures and stamps. I skimmed for my name, expecting something small. A sentimental mention. Perhaps Mom's pendant or Dad's wristwatch. Instead, I read, all assets, including the house, bank accounts, life insurance, and remaining investments are to be transferred solely to our son, Harry Collins. I flipped the pages, back and forth. Once, twice. My name, Charlotte, appeared once at the bottom of a paragraph about funeral arrangements. If Charlotte is available, as if I were some distant cousin, not the daughter who paid the electricity bill last month. My throat tightened. I had paid off their property tax last winter when the snow came early and Harry forgot. I'd wired money without question, dropped off groceries, arranged hospital appointments, fixed the plumbing when Dad refused to call anyone. I never asked for anything. And now, I was a ghost in the legacy of a family I held together. That night at dinner, I confronted them. I found the will, I said calmly, too calmly. Dad didn't flinch. So, I stared at him. Everything goes to Harry. He sighed, slicing his overcooked steak. Charlotte, come on, you've always done well. You don't need any of this. Mom chimed in without looking up. You're self-sufficient. That's something to be proud of. I waited for a laugh. Just kidding. Anything. But they just kept eating. No mention of anything I've done. I asked. Charlotte, Dad snapped. We're not rewarding effort. We're ensuring security. Your brother needs stability. And I did it. My voice cracked. Harry, from the sofa, called out, Jesus, Charlotte, do you want a medal? I stood there, a monument to thanklessness. Later, back in my apartment, I sat in silence. The air smelled like betrayal. I stared at my phone, dozens of unread messages from Mom asking about a broken window, Harry asking for cash just until Friday, Dad sending a bill for the water heater. I didn't reply. Something had cracked, and this time, I wasn't going to glue it back together. I didn't stop helping overnight. It began with a simple pause, the kind that turns into a silence no one knows how to break. I let the next phone bill go unpaid, then the car insurance. I waited for a reaction, for someone to notice. Instead, Mom texted, you must have forgotten the transfer. No thank you, no are you okay? Just expectation dressed as routine. The final straw came in the form of a manila envelope addressed to Harry. It was open on the coffee table during one of my reluctant visits. I wasn't supposed to see it. But Harry had never been careful, and curiosity was a cruel survival instinct. It was a loan statement, co-signed by our parents, $27,000 for a business Harry had abandoned 3 months after it launched. I held the paper up. What is this? Harry didn't even pretend to be ashamed. That's old. Why are you digging through my stuff? Mom and Dad co-signed this. After you defaulted on the last one. He shrugged. They believed in me. You wouldn't understand. No, I did understand. I understood perfectly. They didn't pick Harry out of compassion. They were already financially shackled to him. The will wasn't some misguided vote of confidence. It was damage control. That night, I called Mom. I saw the loan, I said. She sighed like I was the child here. It's not what you think. So they get everything because he dragged you down with him. Charlotte, she whispered, you've always been so strong. We thought you'd understand. The word strong hit me like a slur. You use that word as a reason to forget me. There was a pause. We didn't mean it like that. I know exactly how you meant it. And I hung up. That week, I revoked my autopay authorizations. The utilities were no longer mine to cover. I didn't warn them. I didn't explain. Let Harry handle the broken boiler. Let Dad worry about the overdue gas bill. I waited. It didn't take long. 3 days later, Dad called. Why's the mortgage payment bouncing? I replied with 2 words. Ask Harry. It's his house now. Silence had never been my weapon. It had always been theirs. The cold shoulder when I asked for help during university. The unreturned calls when my first apartment flooded. Silence had trained me. Now it was mine. I didn't scream. I didn't explain. I simply stopped. No more deposits into their account. No birthday gifts ordered for them on Harry's behalf. No repairs arranged on their old plumbing system. The group chat stayed silent, except for their confusion. Dad, need the insurance info. Can't find the login. Mom, gas bill overdue again. You always handle it. Harry, why are you being like this? I didn't reply. A week passed before Dad showed up at my doorstep. He didn't knock gently. Why are you punishing us? He snapped. I stood in the doorway. Calm. I'm not. I've just stopped volunteering. He scoffed. We raised you. I met his eyes, and I paid rent on that love for 15 years. Consider it settled. He opened his mouth, closed it, left. Later, Harry texted, "You're blowing this out of proportion." I stared at the screen, then deleted the message. Let them talk to each other. Let them figure out the plumbing and groceries and tax forms. My silence said more than years of unpaid gratitude ever could. And still, none of them said sorry. Not even once. It was just after 4 when the doorbell rang. I wasn't expecting anyone. The sight on the other side of the peephole made my stomach lurch. Mom, Dad, and Harry. Together. Like some reunion of ghosts. I opened the door only halfway. Can we come in? Mom's voice was gentle, but rehearsed. I didn't move. Why? Dad huffed. Because we're family, and this is getting ridiculous. I raised an eyebrow. Ridiculous is rewriting a will and forgetting I exist. Mom stepped forward slightly, hands clasped. We thought you'd understand. You've always been the strong one. You use that as an excuse to forget me, I said, voice steady. Harry muttered. I didn't ask for any of this. But you took it, I shot back. His eyes dropped to the floor. Dad crossed his arms. We raised you, Charlotte. We fed you, clothed you. You owe us something. I almost laughed. I paid that debt. Every month, every year. And you still erased me. Mom's eyes glistened. We didn't mean to hurt you. Then why did it take me disappearing for you to remember I held everything up? My voice was soft now, dangerous. They said nothing. Harry reached for the doorframe. Don't, I said. You're not coming in. Just stillness. No yelling, no tears, only 3 people who once claimed me, now stranded on the other side of a threshold they used to own. You think this makes you better? Dad barked suddenly, walking away. No, I whispered. It makes me free. Then I closed the door. From the other side came no banging, just footsteps, slow and defeated, fading into the silence they'd once taught me to survive in. 3 days passed. No messages, no knocks. Just silence, the kind that no longer felt cruel, only clean. I walked that evening without thinking, and somehow my steps circled me back to the old neighborhood. The house stood there like a memory that had outlived its use. The for sale sign tilted in the wind. The shutters drooped. Even the swing I fixed was gone, ripped from its hooks like I'd never touched it. I turned to leave, until motion inside caught my eye. Figures. They'd gone in. Curiosity pulled me to the sidewalk across the street. A moment later, I saw it. Smoke. Thin at first, then growing fast. Flames curled up the side of the porch like greedy fingers. A window shattered. Voices screamed. I didn't move. My phone buzzed. Mom calling. Then Harry. I silenced it. Across the street, they scrambled out coughing, clutching old folders and boxes. Proof perhaps. Of ownership, or just desperation. They didn't see me, and I didn't call out. I watched until the roof collapsed inward. Then I turned and walked home. Not angry, not vindicated, just free. They once counted on my silence, but forgot my name. I never raised my voice, but I never disappeared. Some legacies aren't inherited. Some are escaped.
Friends, what do you think of this story? Write your opinion in the comments. Would you like more stories? Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button so you don't miss any videos. See you tomorrow.